Well, colder than last time we met. My window's slightly dusty, but I think I might wait for it to warm up to the 40s. I think it might be 40s today, but a little chilly this morning. Hopefully the snow will fall right off the head. So there's no corn on the corn. There's no snow on the corn, so we should be good. And frost is kind of coming off, so we should be back to picking. We took yesterday off, Sunday, so we only missed one day, and hopefully we have a good week. The only thing going on this week, though, is my nieces are going to state in volleyball, which they're going to be gone Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, or something like that. And then my nephews have state playoffs, and they are going to Stewart, Nebraska, which is a long ways away from here. It's clear up north Nebraska on Thursday night, I believe. And so I may be one man crewing it on some of those days. Depends on if I go to the finals of the volleyball, but we still got some corn to pick. So we're trying to shuffle around things to see what we can get done amidst all the awesome things happening for our nieces and nephews. We'll stay tuned for that, but let's start picking. I'm going to kind of run it at slow idle here for a few seconds just to kind of get it. Kind of like me, kind of like when you get older, you kind of like to slowly, gradually work into it. I'm sure it's got to be the same way, right? Then I'll pour the coals to her, then we'll hit the corn run, and hopefully... First stop of the day. So far, so good. When I get back over there, I'm going to check my sieves, though, just to make sure nothing's building up on them. So I'm not sure if you could see it very well, but we got still a little bit of snow every once in a while on like a corn stalk. And we're still watching our sieves, and the temperature rises, it gets a little stickier. We were like 15 degrees this morning, which is fine because it blast right through it because it's so cold. But when it starts to get around that freezing point, it'll get stickier and it sticks up on the sieves. The last pass, I had tiny bit of buildup on one side that I was coming up on the side hill. So when I get to the end, I'm going to check it out again just to make sure we don't pluck these up because that's not good. You don't want that. I don't know if you can see those drops, but I don't think it's quite. Let's see what temperature it is out here. Not that one. I don't get very good service out here. So it shows it's 27. There's a weather station not too far away from here, but that sunlight's starting to melt some of that stuff. It's getting that surface on, so we'll see what happens. I got him full. I wanted to keep him rolling, so I dumped on the go, and I'm going to stop up here when I kind of level out and check out my sieves again. Open within the next hour or so. We don't have to worry about it anymore if we can kind of get this through here, but you never know. So when stuff kind of starts sticking to metal, that's when you kind of want to watch it. Better turn the light off. See this, but it got really wet pretty quick all of a sudden, so we're kind of hitting that thresh point where we better quit for about an hour or so at least. It shouldn't take long for the rest of that snow to melt off. It's supposed to get in the 40s at least, but there's just a point there where it just gets so sticky that it'll just plug up our sieves, so we don't want to fart with that. So we'll pick up where we leave off. May or back out, but sorry, going up a hill here. I got started. It's working great now. Snow is mostly off the corn plant, but I gotta go flip this pivot direction at the end tower. It's a TNL pivot, hydraulic driven pivot, so it's got the end tower controls. I gotta go flip it so it goes the other way so we can start walking it out of the core. Show you. Now we'll go to the pivot point and start the motor. It should start moving. Slightly inconvenient compared to the others. So we're on the last two passes of this field, last two passes of this field. We're going to be moving on to the next one. It's a few miles away, but we may be splitting up. I don't know what Tom's plan is, but he said something about splitting up because one field's kind of a small field, and so we don't need to like kind of create a jumble in one spot. So we may split here after bed. We'll see what happens. So corn picked a lot better now too. It's pretty much all of it gone. I haven't seen snow yet. We got in the 40s, maybe even 50, 46. So that helped melt a lot of this stuff off. So the rest of the week should be wide open as far as weather, I hope. Little Ford. So one of the biggest things or tough things to do around is managing or doing the logistics of moving some of these equipment around and people you have, and I don't know. Sometimes it can be kind of fun, but right now we're kind of off by ourselves. One machine, but we're going to kind of join back up at a field. But there's just two guys here, and we got two pieces of equipment and one pickup. So I'm going to pull this field trailer, which has got empty. We're going to pull it to the field so the field guy can fill it up a little later. And then he's bringing the cart. Jim's bringing the cart. We'll park that there. He'll hop in with me, come back, and then we'll bring my head and hen trailer with my combine, and then hopefully we can get started for today. So, but another beautiful morning. It's supposed to be the coldest day this week, 30s I think it's supposed to be. It's Halloween, but then it's supposed to warm back up from here on out, so that'll be a blessing. In case you're wondering what most of fall is like, it's always staring directly into the sun either direction, it seems like half the day, and just hoping your head sensors work. Well, finally got picking. It's usually how it goes. Takes all morning to get here. This stuff's really tough this morning. Taking a little more horsepower than normal. Up, getting back up to 2.5 mile an hour. I don't know if it's because it's like, it's cold, so it might be slightly frozen, but if there's moisture, that's what's causing it or what. Some of these mornings they've been like that. It's just really tough. You kind of take more of the plant through, and then it's just a combination. You got more plant going through, that's tougher. That's going through the machine, that takes more power. The beautiful time of night where you can see almost anything you want to see. And just hope it's there. What the magic hour makes. Looks so much more prettier. Happy Halloween, folks. So this corn here at the top's just kind of came out of it, which is fine. The rest of the stock is standing pretty good. So those are kind of some of the things we look for in stock quality. Even though it may look worse from the road when you see those tops down, it really insignificant. It's kind of from the year down is what you want to have standing. But it's becoming November, and there's becoming more and more corn that just kind of falls down over time. So you don't like to have it standing out there longer than too much longer, just because a windstorm or something like that could cause a problem. Yeah, I'll just cut through board. So to kind of refresh everybody on how we do a 2 combine, 2 grain cart system set up on our farm. Some people might think, oh, you always have 2 combines, dump it on 2 carts at both times. Well, actually, we always have 1 cart in the field. I don't know if you can see the lights over there, but there's a cart dumping on the trucks. So we always have 1 dumping and 1 loaded. That way they're not getting bottlenecked. Because if we fill them both up at the same time, they're going to be backlogged, and we'll be waiting on them for both to dump on 2 trucks. Sometimes you don't always got 2 trucks here. So we like to size our cart for the same size as our biggest truck, maybe a hair over. So these are like 1,400 bushel grain cart. That way that cart can dump, make 1 dump, that truck's full, he's going, and then he's back to the field. So the idea is always to have that cart bounce it back between combines till he's full, but sometimes if our hopper's full on our combine, our grain tank, it's only like 2 dumps before because that's filling as it's dumping. So these are like 520 bushel grain bin extensions, so it doesn't take long if these are full to fill these grain carts up. And they're being chatty patties today too. Now he's off to the next combine. Pivot track. I did not too long ago. So that didn't go quite as planned. I wasn't thinking when it was frozen out that it would freeze up quite like that. Then my hands got numb, so I decided to quit there while it was behind. I usually don't let it get that dirty, but every morning I kept forgetting to do it, and days and weeks and years gone by, and it looked like that. Oh well, I got the one kind of clean.
Hey Rob, good morning.
I parked my head trailer when we came into this field. We're at the clear other end, so I'm heading down to the other end of the field, and I'll drop my head off so we can get going down the road, hook it up to the grain cart. Hopefully we can get switched around here shortly. I kicked all the trash off my feeder house into the head. Got a blowout on the highway, right? Now we transport. Morning, back at her. Another day, another dollar. Dude, your two throat cousins.
Win the champion.
No, they didn't win the champ. They won their first game down at state, so they still got more games to play. But they won the first one. That was exciting. So, and they brought supper with mom. So, just a little update. Go Mustangs again.
We're at it. Done.
Full disclosure, in case if you don't already know this, but I'm not quite perfect. This isn't my head. I'm borrowing it from Tom while he's gone. That's mine. I folded a Snout back. So I finished this field. There was 3 rounds left for 4. Finished this field, and I'm gonna haul that one home now after we kind of get stuff moved around, and hopefully I can put a new Snout on it. So that's on me, or the pivot track.
And we're at
That's why there's for now. Let's see, which one doesn't look like the others? Yep. This is probably my best job I've ever done on breaking a Snout, because it broke that piece there, and it broke that piece under there. That was close. Okay, now we got to take all this stuff apart off the hood, or the Snout. So part of my hood is broke too, and I didn't get that piece. I don't know what I was thinking. I looked right at it and I noticed it was broke, but we still got one of our 12 rows, so I could go grab that one off there for now. It's already put together, but it's in the dark. So I'm gonna go steal one real quick. Feel bad stealing it, but this is a good head. It's just I need to. Okay, should just pop it off and go from there. I'll get that done. So it's dark. I'll try to show this to you. I don't know if you'll be able to see anything or not. So these, we got little snap rings on them. I gotta remove them, pull this guy up, and then it'll slide over. Then should just pop right off. So it's not too terrible, I don't think. Or I just did the other one, so it's not terrible. It's just the weight. So this head right here, why we don't use it as much, it's a 12-row head, but it's our spare head, so we can still use it, but we end up usually robbing parts off of it like this. It's the one I got if you watch some of my shorts, like they're short reel things, I had one that had my head sensor, or this, what do you call it? The deck plate cylinder was bad, so,
flip clear around there, the snap ring. I'm gonna put that down so I can see what I'm doing. I can't see anything. I don't want to lose your love tonight. Or a snap ring. So if I lose that tonight, it's gone forever.
Okay.
But you will deep pocket.
Okay, since you probably can't see anything, I'm going to shut you off till I get back to the shop. Well, guys, I got that put back on. Sorry, it's dark out. I didn't film the rest of it. Just, yeah, cut that. I got it put back on. It's just it was dark out, so I didn't really get much film back on there. So I stole the one off the old head and did as much as I could to the old one to get it ready for that part I was missing. So hopefully I could throw it back on the old cord head when I get that one done. But I'm going to wrap this up here, folks, and we will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.